As I mentioned in my previous chapter video, the King of Curses, Ryaman Sukuna, is killed by the Guardian of Souls, Yuji Itadori. Now that the King of Curses is literally dusted, let's take a look at how Jujutsu Kaisen is going to end. I have a good idea of how it's going to happen. It's going to end with a beach episode. You'll find out why at the end of the video. But first, let's dive into chapter 268. The chapter starts with Sukuna talking to Megumi. Sukuna tries to pressure Megumi to submit to him so he can freely use his body. However, Megumi rejects him and explains that if Sukuna is ripped out by Yuji, he will die once and for all, along with his 19 soul pieces. His last finger wouldn't be able to hold his soul. Megumi ends the conversation by expressing relief that even someone like Sukuna is afraid of dying. Megumi then says he will try living for someone else, referring to Yuji. In the very next moment, we see Sukuna being ripped out of Yuji and dying, just like Mahito did. Sukuna and Yuji have a brief chat, where Yuji tells Sukuna that he is him, as they have both lived with curses and cursed others. Yuji finishes the conversation by asking Sukuna if he would like to live with him, as Yuji is his only hope to live without cursing others. Sukuna rejects the offer and seems to acknowledge Yuji by calling him by his full name instead of just Brat. Honestly, Sukuna died in a pretty pathetic way. It makes you wonder what will happen to Kenjaku's plan now. Will it die with Sukuna, or will Megumi get a power boost because of it? And without Tengen to maintain the barrier, will Megumi have to do it now? There are no answers to these questions yet. Finally, we get to see Hakiri and Urame in action. It looks like Hakari really did a number on Urame. Her clothes are completely torn off and there's a cut on her neck. It seems like Hakari would have won if the fight had continued. Not much is said between them before Urame dies, calling Hakari lucky. She mentions that if it were 1,000 years earlier, Sukuna would have killed them all. Hakari takes it as a compliment and Urame passes away, moving on to Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara at JJK High School. They chat a bit, and Yuji mentions letters that Gojo wrote for the two of them. It seems like Yuji and Gojo talked about Yuji's parents, but it's not confirmed. Nobara and Megumi open their letters and have opposite reactions. Nobara is angry and upset that Gojo knows about her mother's whereabouts, while Megumi seems happy that his father is dead. It's kind of weird, to be honest. LOL. Finally, we get to see all the surviving crew members, or at least a few of them. Todo and Angel are missing, but the rest are there. Goat Kusakabe is still kicking. Then we see Yuta getting an earful. It looks like Gojo and Yuta might be sharing a body now, which is some serious bromance action, and that's where the chapter leaves us hanging. Jujutsu Kaisen is taking a break for a week. There are just too many questions left unanswered in the last 3 chapters. Unless Gij decides to do a 100-page QA session, we can expect a lot of loose ends, especially regarding Kenjaku, the mastermind behind Jujutsu Kaisen getting taken out by a clown and a camper. Yuta may be the GOAT. But that doesn't change the fact that there are still a lot of mysteries left, and last, but not least, I'll explain why Jujutsu Kaisen will end with a beach episode. It all comes down to the opening sequence giving away too many hints from the manga, like Yuji's domain, so buckle up and get ready for more twists and turns in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen. The leaked information about Nobara's return was something I wanted to share in a video, but personal issues got in the way. We caught a glimpse of a spiral building where Nobara was spotted in the opening, and finally, Koshunai's Give It Back marks the end of Season 3. Yuji is seen taking pictures of Megumi and Nobara throughout the season, and then we see someone else capturing all 3 of them, possibly Yuta. All the main characters are present at the beach, mainly the first and second year students of Jujutsu Kaisen High School. I believe this is where the series will come to a close, with a beach episode showing Yuji surrounded by friends instead of being alone in the hospital like his grandfather. This is just my theory, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more anime content in the future.